In a world obsessed with shortcuts, few people stop to ask the questions that truly matter. But one man did, and that single question changed the entire course of his life, and eventually changed the world. Jeff Bezos once said, "I got rich when I understood this." Most people think he's talking about a business trick or an investing strategy, but he wasn't. What he understood wasn't a formula, it was a philosophy, a way of thinking that separates dreamers from doers, and the rich from the average. Before Amazon was a household name, before he became the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos was just another employee on Wall Street. A bright, curious man working a safe, well-paying job. On paper, he had everything most people wanted: stability, prestige, and comfort. But deep down, he felt something pulling him away from it all. He saw a glimpse of the future, the rise of the internet, and it whispered to him, "This is the opportunity of a lifetime." Bezos discovered a statistic that would not let him sleep. Internet usage was growing at over 2,000% a year. It was exploding. It wasn't just a number to him. It was a glimpse of destiny. He realized that the world was about to change forever, and he wanted to be part of it. But there was one problem. Leaving his comfortable life meant risking everything. His savings, his career, his future. So he asked himself a question that would become the foundation of his entire life. When I'm 80 years old, will I regret not doing this? That single question became his compass. He called it the regret minimization framework. It sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful mental models in human decision-making. Instead of asking, "What's safe?" or "What if I fail?" Bezos asked, "What will I regret not trying?" And when he projected himself into the future, he knew he would regret never taking the chance. The fear of failure faded, replaced by the fear of regret. So he quit. He left everything behind and drove across the country to Seattle, typing his Amazon business plan in the passenger seat. No investors, no guarantees, just a vision and a question that wouldn't let him quit. In the early days, Amazon wasn't glamorous. It was chaos. Boxes piled up in the living room. Servers crashed constantly. The team was small and exhausted. He used a wooden door as a desk because it was cheaper than buying one. And yet, through all the struggle, Bezos stayed calm. He wasn't chasing fast money. He was building something that could outlast him. Everyone told him to focus on profit. He ignored them. The media laughed at Amazon's losses. He didn't care. He was playing a game they didn't understand, the long game. He once said, "If we think long-term, we can accomplish things that others can't." While others fought for the next quarter, he thought about the next decade. He reinvested every dollar into growth. Warehouses, logistics, infrastructure, technology, all of it. People thought he was crazy. But Bezos knew that real wealth comes from patience, not panic. From compounding, not chasing. And that's when the magic happened. Amazon began to grow. Slowly at first, then all at once. From selling books online, it became the everything store. But the secret wasn't books or e-commerce. It was mindset. Bezos understood something that most people never do. That long-term thinking is a superpower in a world addicted to instant results. He said, "We are willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time." That sentence alone defines his empire. When everyone doubted him, he doubled down. When everyone questioned his decisions, he quietly built systems that would dominate the future: AWS, Prime, Alexa, Kindle. Each one of these ideas was born from patience and conviction. But here's what most people miss: Bezos didn't just think long-term in business. He did it in life. He wasn't motivated by money. He was motivated by curiosity, by the joy of creating. He once said, "You don't choose your passions. Your passions choose you." That's why he built Amazon. Not because books were hot, but because building things that changed the world was his passion. Bezos knew that passion isn't a spark that fades. It's a fire that endures. And it's fueled by purpose, not trends. He wasn't chasing hype. He was chasing inevitability, the direction the world was already heading toward. That's why his companies work. He looks for what will matter 10 or 20 years from now, and then he starts building it today. And that's the essence of what he meant when he said, "I got rich when I understood this." He didn't get rich when Amazon became profitable. He got rich when he understood that regret is the real enemy, not risk. That if you base your choices on fear, you'll live small. But if you base them on future regret, you'll take the leap that others never do. Bezos teaches us that success doesn't come from being fearless. It comes from being future-aware. He saw the world through the eyes of his older self, and that perspective gave him clarity. Imagine doing the same. Imagine asking yourself right now, when I'm old, will I regret not starting that business, not learning that skill, not taking that chance? The answer to that question could change everything. Because once you stop fearing failure, you start moving toward your true potential. You stop surviving and start building. Bezos built Amazon on principles most people overlook: customer obsession, innovation, and long-term vision. He reinvested when others took profits. He experimented when others played safe. And every time he failed, he learned. He once said, "If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness." That's how billionaires think. They don't chase perfection. They chase iteration. They fail faster, learn quicker, and evolve constantly. Bezos didn't build Amazon to sell, he built it to last. Today, Amazon isn't just a company. It's a living example of compounded decisions. Millions of small, smart choices stacking up over decades. That's the real secret. Success isn't a giant leap. It's the daily decision to act on your future, not your fears. So what about you? What dream are you putting off because it feels too risky? What idea are you silencing because others might not understand? Ask yourself Bezos' question, the same one that changed his life. When I'm 80, will I regret not doing this? If the answer is yes, then maybe today is your day one. Because that's what Bezos calls it, day one. He said, "It's always day one." It means you're never too late to start, never too old to take the leap, never too early to think long-term. The day you act without regret is the day your future begins to compound. Jeff Bezos didn't get rich by chasing money. He got rich by chasing meaning, by following curiosity, and by betting on time. He understood that every decision, every single one, is either a step toward regret or a step toward legacy. And once you understand that, wealth becomes inevitable. So think about this. What will your 80-year-old self thank you for? The excuses you made or the chances you took? The answer defines not just your success, but your story. If this inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Smart Finance Daily, where we explore the stories and mindsets behind the world's greatest wealth builders. Because one idea can change your life, but only if you act on it.